being Catholic and being pro-life, especially what's going on with these caravans of migrants coming in, it's our obligation as Catholics and Christians to be, to be generous as well. How would you deal with when I try to argue with my friends about that? Because I'm being conservative, I watch what Trump says and then also morally, it's very conflicting for me.
What do we do? Well, the example is you have to look at both the individuals and you have to look at the policy. This caravan is probably a bad example because it's mostly young men. They're pretending that it's women and children fleeing for asylum, but it's mostly young men looking for economic opportunity. There are many criminals, and broadly, because these people are unvetted, they really do pose a threat. The issue here, I feel that same compassion. You look at these people, you look at a picture of a young kid trying to cross up from Honduras, and you think, if that kid can make it onto this side of the border, his or her life will be unimaginably better. It will be, in an unqualified way, better. So how do we tell that little kid that the kid can't come over? Well, because if we opened our borders entirely, there would not be a country at all anymore. Do we have a generous legal immigration regime? Absolutely we do. We have the highest foreign-born percentage of the population that we've had since 1890. What about the illegal immigration? Well, we permit some to come over, but the trouble with that is the unintended consequences. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. According to Fusion and Amnesty International, reported in the Huffington Post, 60 to 80% of women and girls who cross that border illegally are raped or sexually assaulted. That's a left-wing source, not a right-wing scare source. But it's a scary statistic nonetheless. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and there's nothing compassionate about creating a system that further incentivizes that lawlessness and further empowers human traffickers and drug smugglers and gangsters and criminals and human coyotes. We don't want to empower that at all. So Chesterton described how when you take one virtue out of balance, when you take one and make an idol out of that one virtue to the exclusion of the others, it can come to resemble vice. So if we take our compassion out and our mercy out, and we think that's a wonderful thing, if we do that to the exclusion of our prudence, we won't have much of a country left. We won't have a country that people are going to want to come to, and we won't be able to provide justice for our own citizens.